If you stood here 2,500 years ago, your eyes would struggle to process the sheer scale of what human hands had built. Rising from the harsh, sun-baked deserts of Mesopotamia was a metropolis so vast, so dazzling, and so defiant of nature that visitors believed it was constructed not by men, but by the gods themselves. This was Babylon, the pulsing heart of the ancient world, a city of soaring blue towers, golden palaces, and secrets lost to the sands of time. For centuries, the Western world knew Babylon only as a myth. It was the biblical symbol of human arrogance, a wicked empire condemned to ruin, and the home of a legendary tower meant to pierce the heavens. But beneath the layers of allegory lies a historical reality far more spectacular. Through the lens of cutting-edge archaeology and AI reconstruction, we are stripping away the myths. Today, we step through the gates of history to walk the crowded, sensory-rich streets of the ultimate ancient megacity at the very peak of its terrifying power. Our journey begins at the northern edge of the city, where the desert dust suddenly gives way to a structure of blinding brilliance. This is the Ishtar Gate, the grand crown jewel of Babylon. Reconstructed under the fierce ambition of King Nebuchadnezzar II, its walls are draped in thousands of glazed bricks fired to a deep, mesmerizing lapis lazuli blue. As the bright Mesopotamian sun beats down, the gate seems to glow, reflecting the sky itself. Walking closer, the sheer detail of the craftsmanship becomes overwhelming. Ferocious bulls and mythical dragons, molded in raised gold and white relief, stare down from the walls, warning outsiders that they are entering the center of the universe. Beneath your feet is the processional way, a grand avenue paved with massive slabs of red limestone and white marble. The air here is thick with the scent of cedarwood, burning incense, and the sweat of thousands of pilgrims who have traveled across the Fertile Crescent just to gaze upon these walls. To the ancients, this wasn't just an entrance. It was a psychological weapon. It told every traveler, merchant, and conquered prince exactly who ruled the earth. Passing through the heavy cedar doors of the gate, the sensory landscape shifts instantly. The quiet awe of the Grand Avenue dissolves into the chaotic, deafening roar of the Babylonian marketplace. The streets here are a labyrinth of sun-drenched mud brick alleys, tightly packed and bursting with life. You push past wealthy Babylonian nobles, dressed in fine pleated linen robes, their hair intricately curled and perfumed with heavy oils. Alongside them are merchant caravans from ancient India, Egypt, and the distant Mediterranean, speaking a dozen different languages. The smells change with every step. The sharp tang of spilled beer from local taverns, the earthy aroma of roasted barley, and the rich scents of cinnamon, dates, and frankincense piled high in woven baskets. Every corner reveals the stark divides of this ancient metropolis. While enslaved laborers carry heavy clay jars under the watchful eyes of royal guards, wealthy elites trade in silver rings and clay tablets, documenting loans and business contracts in cuneiform script. This was a society driven by law, trade, and a ruthless pursuit of luxury. But looking up past the crowded rooftops, one structure dominates the entire skyline, casting a massive shadow over the city. Rising nearly 300 feet above the flat desert floor is the Etemenanki, the legendary ziggurat of Babylon, the real-world inspiration for the Tower of Babel. It is a colossal, 7-tiered pyramid of mud and baked brick, ascending like a staircase to the heavens. At its summit sits a sanctuary painted in a brilliant, striking blue, dedicated to Marduk, the supreme patron god of the empire. To the people below, this was the Axis Mundi, the exact point where the realm of earth met the realm of the divine. Priests clad in white robes ascend the monumental staircases, carrying out complex astronomical calculations, mapping the stars, and predicting eclipses with terrifying accuracy. Yet, just a stone's throw from this sacred monument lay another wonder, shrouded in myth. In the distance, rising over the stone terraces of the royal palace, are the fabled hanging gardens. While historians still debate their exact existence, reconstructions show a cascading mountain of green engineered in defiance of the desert. Interlocking stone arches supported layers of deep soil, where exotic trees and vibrant flowers wept moisture into the arid air, kept alive by an ingenious system of hidden water screws drawing from the river below. It was a green paradise built in a wasteland, an absolute testament to human engineering. But the lifeblood that truly made Babylon possible was not stone or brick. It was the Euphrates River. Cutting directly through the center of the city, the river was crowded with reed boats and heavy cargo ships bringing timber, gold, and stone from the far reaches of the known world. Yet, for all its architectural brilliance, Babylon was a city forged in blood and maintained by fear. The same king who built the beautiful Ishtar Gate had marched his armies to Jerusalem, burning its temples, and dragging tens of thousands of captives back to these very streets in chains. Babylon was a pressure cooker of wealth, culture, and subjugation. And history shows that no empire rules forever. In the autumn of 539 BC, the inevitable occurred. The armies of Cyrus the Great, the Persian emperor, arrived at the gates. The impenetrable walls that Nebuchadnezzar boasted would stand forever could not save the city from geopolitical shifting tides. Legend says the Persians diverted the waters of the Euphrates, marching their troops straight down the dried-up riverbed under the cover of night. Without a massive siege, the ultimate metropolis had fallen. Over the centuries that followed, the grand palaces were abandoned. The brilliant blue tiles of the Ishtar Gate cracked and peeled under the merciless desert sun. The Euphrates slowly shifted its course, and the great ziggurat crumbled into a hill of unrecognizable clay. And yet, Babylon never truly died. The city that the ancients feared and admired laid the foundational blueprints for the modern world. From our 60-minute hour and 12-month zodiac to the very concept of a global, multicultural megacity. History never disappears. It merely waits under the sand to be remembered. Thank you for watching. If you want to continue uncovering the lost worlds of our past, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below. Which ancient city should we visually reconstruct next?